Hey, sweetie. I'm so glad that you came by. I saw the message you sent me. Are you okay? I'm sorry. So it's final. I'm pretty sure you're hurting a lot because of your breakup. It's very painful when we come to this moment when we have to let people go, and sometimes the decision is not mutual. So it's a time of pain and hurting, and I understand that. And you shouldn't be ashamed for feeling sad, for hurting. I'm so glad you came. We can chat a little bit. It's always good to talk to someone. And I can share a little bit of my thoughts about this matter with you, while maybe doing something that we both love so much. Hair brushing. Your beautiful hair. Yes. Brushing hair always makes us feel suited, comforted. It's quite therapeutic. I have prepared your favorite brush and comb, and I will brush your hair, maybe massage your scalp a little bit, play with your hair. Would you like that? Okay. So, what happened? You can tell me. I'm just going to listen. Yes. Okay, just say it. Take it out of your head and heart. Put it out there. It's quite a relief to be able to speak out loud your pain and anger and suffering, either when someone listens or even when you are alone in your room. But really, letting those emotionally charged words roll out, verbalizing your feelings, that will help you purge and eventually heal. Yes, I am quite sure of that. You'll be fine. Okay, then the conversation went okay. And oh yes, we have talked before about discomfort between the two of you. Yes, I remember. So it happened again. I see. Okay. That's sad. Indeed it is. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that you have to go through this. But I'm sure you will get through eventually, okay? Just like the knots in your hair, with gentle care and consistency, both your hair and feelings will smoothen out. Yes. It is very painful to deal with a breakup. Sometimes we just are on different pages. We shift to different vibes, different stages of life, even when we have been together for quite some time. And we just do not connect anymore. And it's okay to not connect anymore. Maybe at some point we realize that unfortunately we have grown apart. I think, yeah, we grow up with the idea that relationships should last forever, that you are going to find your soulmate early in life, and you are going to marry that person and live the happily ever after stories that we heard about in all the fairy tales. But that is the reality of only a few people. Very few people, yes. The majority of us are going to go through ups and downs in relationships, meeting different partners and learning things both about others as well as about ourselves, which might be even more important. We are going to meet people and relate with them a little bit or for a long period of time, and it will feel so in tuned in the beginning, same flow, seemingly so compatible. Yes, I know, right? The honeymoon phase, when everything is beautiful and we laugh and we have a great time together. But there is a time when people just change. It's human nature to change. And change is completely normal in our lives. And even if it is painful when the other person changes, or maybe you are the one who changed, and although you don't want to break someone's heart, you just know something is off, something has stopped existing, and it's time to move on. Yes. Yeah, I get it. Because if the connection is not there anymore, yes, to stay together for the sake of memories, for the sake of the investment that you have made in this relationship, or maybe hoping that you can somehow fix it, if only this or that will happen, this is just going to hurt you both. Yes, unfortunately. You are depriving yourself of a more suitable relationship for who you are today, a deeper, more meaningful relationship for who you are today if you stay with this person. So sometimes it's best to let it go, even when it hurts. It's not always going to hurt. Oh, I promise. It feels like the world is ending, but it's not always going to hurt. You remember I had my share of heartbreak? And yes, I promise, even if it feels like it's never going to heal, it does heal. It will pass. You are gonna look back on this period and on this person and maybe not even understand what you saw in them and why did you suffer so much. Yeah. Yes, I hope you will look back and be at peace with what has happened. We use pain as a stepping stone for another level in our lives. Growth is unfortunately painful sometimes. However, even if you do stay, this pain will last longer and it will only lead to the same result eventually. Yes. Totally. Knowing when to invest and knowing when to keep trying or when to walk away, it's a very tough decision and I understand it. Mhm. It hurts me to see you sad. But do not despair. It's not a moment to despair. Your hair is so beautiful. You just need some tender, loving care and you'll be fine. I am happy to be able to be with you in this moment, in this challenge that you are going through. It's okay. Yes, I know you've tried everything, and I totally understand that you are feeling disheartened, especially since you've done your very best. You didn't fail. It takes two to tango, remember? You did everything you could. I mean, I am witness to that. And if the other person does not meet you halfway, there is not more you can do. From compatibility to the commitment of the day-to-day interaction, the quality of it, to difficult times together that we overcome. Relationships are the work of two. You couldn't have done any more. I know. I mean, as I said, I've been a witness to it. We have talked so many times about what you can do different to change the situation, to bring back the peace and the good vibes, and it just wasn't possible. As for them, only they know what they are feeling and thinking. We as outsiders, we can only observe their reactions and actions and decide how these reactions impact us, how their actions impact us. Base our decision on not how we feel about them, but on how they make us feel. Mm-hmm. Although in the past years, yes, the idea of toxic people has become so popular, and there are indeed this time of individuals out there. Even with this, I believe that more often than not, people are not mean. They are not evil intended. They are just humans, like you are and I am, with qualities and flaws in various stages of development, mental and emotional development. And if they are willing to understand their processes, their inner dynamics, and also how these dynamics play and impact other people's processes. Yes, if they are willing, they can grow together. If not, how can one do the whole work of carrying a relationship? It's like a dance, as I said. Yeah. Well, sometimes they can be just careless, insecure, confused, overwhelmed by other things going on in their lives, fed up with conflicts with other people. Everybody's stressed nowadays, distracted, projecting. They don't want to hurt you, but they do. And when that happens again and again, it is wise to remove them from your life. Gently, but firmly. Just like you would remove a kitten, a sweet but sharp clawed kitten, from climbing your leg. kittens and kitten painful claws, and you just get it off of you. Yes, I used to do that too. I used to be really mad at the person, thinking how I wasted this amount of time or this amount of energy with them. Yes, it's not a beneficial way of looking at things, because when we relate with another human being so closely at such a deeper level, we actually develop a connection that influences us both. And even if it lasts a few months or it gets to a few years, through this connection and experience, we grow, we learn, we grow as human beings, yes. So we should not blame this person for the work that we did together. Of course, it's easier said than done. I mean, logic is one thing, emotions are another. And emotions against all logic sometimes are so chaotic and they hurt like hell, to be honest. So, I totally understand the need to blame them, think negatively of them, and make them responsible for the breakup. I don't even believe it's healthy to stop yourself to try to reprieve those emotions, because behind them there are very strong feelings, true feelings, strong feelings of abandonment, loneliness. But in the same time, be mindful that it's very easy to lose your temper and throw heavy, bitter, harsh, unjust words that cannot be taken back, that will make a permanent damage. So in order to avoid regretting such an explosion, choose to express those feelings safely. When you are alone, or out loud, or writing in a journal, or talking to a friend, like we are now. Someone who will allow you to say anything you feel, holding a space for your vulnerability, for your pain. Dwelling for a long period of time in these feelings is only going to make you feel sad, drain your energy. It's going to make you feel guilty, regretful, and that will slow down your healing process. Yes. If you allow to express safely both the negative and the positive feelings, you will then see how quickly you can move to a clearer understanding of what happened. How the two of you were both actors in this play, and maybe you'll be able to look at the whole thing as well as to the other person in a more positive way. Sometimes we're going through so much unnecessary pain. It's real, but sometimes it's too much. Yes, I know there is so much pain sometimes when people relate very negative feelings of possessiveness, jealousy, aggressiveness. And when that happens in relationships, the best is to actually let that relationship go and preserve your integrity. Mental, spiritual, physical, emotional integrity. And yeah, just let them go. Yes. I mean, if this interaction is bringing out the worst in you, just get out of it. I mean, you only have power over yourself. Save yourself, if I can put it this way. Take care of yourself. Yes, the very common notion of self-love that everybody's talking about everywhere. I do agree with the idea, however, not many people have a clear image about what love is. Therefore, they might not know how self-love looks. How about respect? We all know about respect, how it feels. Yes, respect yourself. And choose to step out of an environment that brings you down, that makes you miserable. It's important to try to keep your mind into the positive as much as possible. Yes, I absolutely agree that this relationship has changed you. You are a different person now, for sure, than you were in the beginning. You gain something valuable, and I do believe that this should be your main focus. Yourself and how you have grown from this experience. Right now, even though you are hurting and maybe you feel a little lost, it's a time to regroup and try to wrap yourself into a more positive vibe, positive thinking. Yes. Allow grief, but don't live there. I know, sweetie. And I know you are a wonderful person. And it's time to keep your mind and energy on yourself. Just like we are doing now. Taking care of you in a safe space, in a comforting presence. Your hair is so shiny and beautiful. You are wonderful. You are beautiful, and even if this relationship did not work, it does not mean that you are less in any way. Please remember that, okay? It does not mean that you are not worthy. You are worthy of love, of respect and care. It just means that this one experience came to an end, and it's time for a new chapter. It's time for new experiences. And I am sure that your future is as smooth as this hairbrush that we are doing now. Yes, take that energy and redirect it towards yourself. Do something fun, maybe buy something in the color that you really like. Sign up for a class that maybe you wanted to do and didn't have time. Yes, relationships sometimes they pull us in and we forget about our individuality. We are so used to thinking as a couple that you forget about your own needs and wishes and desires. Yes, use pain to create beauty, as I like to say it, inside and outside. Yes, don't worry about that. A lot of people come out of a relationship and they hurry straight into another one, and I understand the need to run away from the pain, but it's actually very damaging for them. It's a very short-lived relief. because we are who we are, and when the honeymoon phase is over, we are going to show our true colors again. And people who do not do their homework will for sure make a mess again, hurt others again, get hurt again. Yes, they will relieve the chaos once again. So don't worry about that. Even if your partner finds somebody soon, it doesn't affect you in any way, and it says nothing about your value. Yeah. I suppose they're afraid to be alone, to fully feel the loss. And yes, to be with themselves, by themselves, to really look at the reasons why the relationship didn't work or stopped growing, especially when it concerns them. And I understand this, especially when you are really missing someone and all the little beautiful things you had together, the world that you created together. It really feels like you are crushed and you are obsessing. Maybe you start stalking them on social media, which I do not recommend. Try not to do that. So it will be only natural to try to escape this pain by finding a new partner to distract yourself. You miss them. I get it. I understand. You know how they say? They say that breakups are like detoxifying a withdrawal. You know what I've heard? If you cannot take someone off your mind, just pray for them. Interesting, right? Yes. Don't fight your feelings and thoughts. Pray for them in a way that you see fit. It doesn't have to be a religious prayer. Just send them some good thoughts every time you think about them, love and light. And then move your thought on. Because the more you fight the pain, the more it stays. So it will subside if you do not run from it. It just wants to be acknowledged. It's like a little kid making a fuss. It just needs to be seen and acknowledged. You need to carry yourself, your little self, through this time of need. Do not abandon yourself. And in this way, you will heal faster and you will get on the other side stronger. It's just an emotional flu. You are not terminally ill. You'll be fine. Totally. Take yourself to places that you want to go. Do things your way, in your own time. Do things that bring you joy, that bring you happiness. Yes. Take yourself to a movie or to a restaurant. Yes, it's not weird to go alone. Date yourself for once. You are not alone. You are with yourself. I have discovered a few years ago that if I wait around for friends to join me in everything that I would like to do, or the activities or the places, yes, I will seldom get to do anything. Because, everybody's busy. They are all wrapped up in their lives, with their kids or with their jobs. And, sometimes even if they are your friends, they might not be interested in the same things that you would like. So I decided to proceed these things by myself, for myself. And by going places, I have met new people, And I have had experiences that I wouldn't have had otherwise if I wouldn't have dared to just go out there alone. Just proceed. Just go out there and pursue your dreams, your likes, and company will arrive. And even if it doesn't, to be able to be comfortable by yourself is a major gain in someone's life, because it means that you will no longer sacrifice your peace to just keep someone next to you, just to have a roommate. We push so much for being in groups, and by all means, groups are fine. I do not advise isolation, total isolation, But rather find a balance between solitude and being with others. Yes. And by the way of staying with others, I'm thinking, how about if you stay the night? What do you say? You look better now, yes, you are all brushed and smoothened out. But it's still a very fresh event, and you might relapse later. So I say, stay the night. We can cook some delicious food. Maybe watch some romantic comedies, because the humor in them will uplift you a bit, and by having happy endings, it will help you to not freeze your heart. It will help you to keep the faith that if the people in the movie have found each other and overcame challenges together and ended up together, that this will happen to you too. If love exists, then it exists for you too. Yes, you stay. Good. I'm so glad. You look so cute. I'm so proud of you. You're doing okay. You'll be fine. Yes, you do look sleepy too. I guess it's from all that crying and now the gentle brushing and talk. I say you lay down here, have a nap, and I will go cook something for us and maybe later watch that movie. Yeah? Okay. Good. Rest. Yes, rest. Everything will be fine. Okay. Sweet dreams.